Hello everyone, today we are talking about Hedera and discussing who the next governing council member could be. Now disclaimer, I do not have a document on my desk here stating 100% who the next member is actually going to be, right? We're talking about the information I've gathered over the past couple of weeks, over the past couple of months, connecting the dots, speculating, breadcrumbing who the next governing council member could be, and just personally who I would like to see as the next member, what the benefits that would bring to Hedera and us as HBAR holders. Also, before we go any further, let me know down below, who would you like to see as the 29th member of the governing council, and what sort of benefits that would bring to us as HBAR holders. Now, if out of the way, let's go straight into it. Now, the fantastic thing about Hedera is transparent governance, right? We can sort of get an idea of, or we're getting an idea of what's actually going on behind the scenes, and an insight into what sort of use cases are going to be put forward and the new actual governing council members if you dig deep and look for the right signals. Now, the last one was actually posted was on the 8th of February, and you can actually see the council member attendees. This is a good indicator of who's actually building or putting forward use cases. For example, Ubisoft is a known member who is never present. Quite a good indicator. We're not going to see many use cases coming from them anytime soon, rather than someone like DLA Piper, who is attending like in that 100% sort of range. Now, I want to talk about the CorpCom report, which is down here in a little last paragraph. Let's read it. So, upcoming CorpCom meetings are scheduled to include presentations on reducing carbon emissions, capturing flare to produce cleaner power, digital identity, maritime supply chains, and fashion and retail. And to me, what I want to focus on is maritime supply chains, and what comes to mind instantly is Maersk, right? A Danish shipping company with a focus on port operation, freight transportation, supply chain management. We know they have a high amount of digital tracking, right, and alerts and whatnot. And I think a huge thing would be for Hedera, a new addition to the governing council, would be to tokenize these shipping documents and tokenize worldwide shipping. What brings it to mind for me was this article back in November where Maersk and IBM, governing council member, to discontinue TradeLens, a blockchain-enabled global trade platform. Now, the main reason why it discontinued it, went into oblivion, was because a private DLT solution, right? They have problems when it comes to interoperating these documents with other platforms. So, for example, if you want to get TradeLens electronic bill of lading, you actually have to sign up to TradeLens to get access to it, right? Not scalable at all. Now, could they do this again, but with Hedera? I think so. You might think they don't want to do it, quickly or whatnot, but a very important thing to note here, that TradeLens was put into fruition with IBM before IBM actually joined the governing council of Hedera. I don't think it'd be that far of a reach. Also, here we have Andrew DLA Piper stating his personal opinion, who you think would be a good addition to the governing council.
I'd love to see Apple on the council. So do you feel like are you comfortable to say for you personally?
So, well, let me put it this way.
Okay.
I would love to see a large global logistics and shipping company like a Maersk.
Right, okay.
As an example.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. And what role would you like to, what's the reasoning behind that?
Well, you in their case, again,
you
have friends that work there on the innovation team. Very innovative company, very progressive thinking. Certainly in Copenhagen, where I believe their headquarters is, they like to get things done too.
Right.
The trains run on time, if you will.
Yeah.
And they have a ton of IoT data and intelligence about what they're doing, location tracking. Those would be wonderful use cases brought into the council that I think other members within, not just within the council, but also across the ecosystem.
I do have to say again, it was his personal opinion. But just proves how a logistics company would be a great fit for the governing council. And currently on the council, we see with Avery Dennis and Atma.io supply chain tracking being pushed by them. We could also see it being pushed by Maersk via Tokenization. Also, it's a fantastic interview by Walker and Williams. Go and check out. I'll leave it down below in the description. Also, another link here, coincidentally on the 30th of November 2022, and this was on the 29th, we see that the digital commodity exchange launching on Hedera to further enable user trust and mitigate fraud, and one of their partners and service providers is Maersk. So in conclusion, I think a logistics company would be a fantastic addition to the governing council, and Maersk in specifics with the provided links and opportunity that is shown. Along with that, I think a payment processor would also be a great addition like MasterCard Now, we've heard this for years, but the links are undeniable. But we are getting to, breadcrumbing here, right? But here we can see last month by Brandon, after MasterCard sunset their private provenance blockchain, orgs like FSCO, Fresh, Supply Core, moving to Hedera, Rob Allen stated that it boosted their relationship with MasterCard. Now, with these payment processors, you always see the comparison with energy consumption, watt hour per transaction with Hedera and Visa, 0.4 and 2.94 Visa. We can also see in this other article here, when it comes to 1,000 plus times less energy than Visa, never ever MasterCard, right? They're roughly up there next to each other. MasterCard's actually available in more countries than Visa, but Visa has more merchants. Funny enough, here's another private permission blockchain, or private in general, just failing, like TradeLens, when it comes to so many issues like scalability and trust. Now we can see with MasterCard the situation where Fresh Supply Co., one of their biggest users, switched over to Hedera when it comes to the HTS and HTS and the benefits that brings forward. So essentially, Hedera is a competitor to this MasterCard product that was obviously sunsetted, only based in Australia. So if you cannot beat them, join them. I like seeing the idea of these legacy, giants moving over to DLT, and why not choose the most efficient and use DLT out there, Hedera Hashgraph. Now moving on to links, we can see here, it is the Solid World. So Solid World was selected by MasterCard Lighthouse to make forward financing liquid and launch green bonds with top-tier Nordic and Baltic banks, plus MasterCard investors circle. You can see on the website that Solid World scales carbon financing through diverse and de-risked pools. Now, we know Solid World is going live in the mainnet late in 2023. And they're going to benefit companies like Google who are on the governing council. They're looking to invest in carbon projects instead of buying and offsetting carbon credits. Why not MasterCard can benefit from this process and be on the governing council like Google at the same time? Lastly, or last of the breadcrumbing, we have Sony. Great finding about Spitfire 805. We know the situation with Hedera following Sony, then unfollowing Sony. Well, coincidentally, 3 days ago, they filed for a patent for NFT use, transfer, and sales. Look no further there. Very, very interesting breadcrumb there. Let me know what you think about that down below. And lastly, a little video here by the HBAR Foundation. Not centralized, explains why they've chosen Hedera. When you look towards these, just people in general not involved with blockchain, not involved with DLT, and know nothing about it, especially when it comes to crypto, very iffy when you show them Hedera's governing council. There's an immediate sense of security that these organizations trust Hedera, so I'm going to trust Hedera as well. It's why people are choosing to build on Hedera, why the ecosystem is so large, why these companies are choosing to join the governing council, why people are buying HBAR. It's that very reason illustrated in this little clip here. That's why I've left it at the end of the video, and that is pretty much it for today's video. If you have any more companies that you think are going to join the governing council, a lot of connections, let me know down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Quick question. Why did you decide to build your proof of concept on Hedera?
Yeah, so the main thing for us is really the enterprise grade solution that Hedera is. So, we're dealing with a space where some of the cohorts in our use case are not particularly Web3 native or not Web3 native at all. I mean, the end construction company, bless them, they're renovating bathrooms in an aged care facility. If we start talking to them about scary cryptocurrency and and things like that, then they could get scared off the project. So we wanted to go with a chain that was overtly enterprise grade. When you look at the strength of the bodies on the governing council, this is a big confidence builder, not only for the end users in our solution, but when we're talking to banks about what we're doing, when we're talking to the DFCRC and the RBA themselves, being able to say, well, look, we're building on Hedera. Don't panic, anybody. It's fine. This is a robust enterprise grade, fast, low cost solution. It's a big confidence builder. So we're delighted to be building on such a platform.